Bonjour, with FrenchSpanishOnline.com we are going to see the difference between two verbs, sembler and se ressembler in French. And there is a big difference. Well, sembler means to seem to believe, and ressembler means to be like or to look like. So two different verbs, and the confusion between these two verbs come from the small word re, because you know and you remember that re, usually in French, when it starts a verb means back or again. If you remember the lesson between entrer and rentrer, we said that entrer is to come in and rentrer is to come in back or to come in again. But here, re has nothing to do with back or again. It's like another verb with the meaning of to be like, to be alike. So let's see now how you use them. Sembler. Il semblerait qu'elle soit malade. It seems that she is ill or she seems to be ill. Il semblerait, here we can use the conditional or the present if you want, il semble qu'elle soit malade. However, you can notice that after the expression sembler que, we use the subjunctive in French. So that's why we have soit here instead of est. Il semblerait qu'elle soit malade. You can also notice that we have the neutral here, il, to translate it. So when you have she seems to be ill, in French, it's better to say it seems that she is ill. Il me semble que oui, to translate I think so or I guess. Of course, you can also say je pense que oui, and we use in this case the translation of I with je. But if you want to use here the verb sembler with the meaning of to think, to believe, we use the neutral il, and we have il me semble que oui. Il me semble que c'était le mois dernier. I think it was last month. Again, you could say je pense que c'était le mois dernier. So, il me semble, if you want to use the verb sembler, il me semble que c'était le mois dernier. An expression, comme il te semblera, as you want or as you will want, actually in French as we use here the future, comme il te semblera. Let's clarify a point now. When the meaning is to think, we just use sembler with the neutral third person il, as we said before. However, if sembler means to seem, we can use in this case other pronouns. Let's take an example. Tu me sembles malade. You seem ill to me. So here we have the subject tu, and it's possible when sembler means seem. You seem ill to me. You could also say tu sembles malade. Well, it's interesting to say that because I saw in some forums and some conversation about the verb se sembler in French. This verb does not exist. Yes, we have here the structure of a reflexive verb, me semble, but nothing to do, as me is the translation of to me, is not the translation of myself. And it should be if it was a reflexive verb. So here is not a reflexive verb. The verb is sembler, sembler, with here the pronoun before, to say seem to me. And it's perfectly correct to say tu sembles malade with no possessive pronoun here. Tu sembles malade. So remember that the verb se sembler does not exist in French. Let's see now what to do with the verb ressembler. So ressembler, il ressemble à son père. He looks like his father. So here the construction is ressembler with the preposition à. Il ressemble à. He looks like his father. À quoi ressemble-t-il? Again here we have the preposition à at the beginning because it's a question. À quoi ressemble-t-il? What does he look like? Ça ne te ressemble pas de dire ça, it's an expression. It is not you to tell things like this. Ça ne te ressemble pas de dire ça. Ça ne te ressemble pas de faire ça, etc., etc. So here, as you can see, the meaning of the verb ressembler is to look like, or thing like that. We said that se sembler does not exist. However, se ressembler exists. If you want to say elles se ressemblent comme deux gouttes d'eau, they are as like as two peas. It's an expression. And in French we use 2 drops of water. Elles se ressemblent comme deux gouttes d'eau. And we have here the verb se ressembler. Dans cette rue, toutes les maisons se ressemblent. In this street, all the houses are alike. Se ressembler, so has to look like, and here is a proper reflexive verb in French. Dans cette rue, toutes les maisons se ressemblent. Of course, you can use the verb for people too. Okay? So I hope it's clearer for you now to understand how to use these two verbs and of course the clear difference between sembler and ressembler. C'est fini. Thank you for watching this slide with me. Au revoir.